So I want to start today by sharing that these next few sutras kind of blew my mind. And I'm a little bit unsettled, just kind of studying and preparing, and lots of thoughts, which is ironic for meditation. So let me start with telling you where I'm headed today, and we'll see kind of where this leads on the path towards that. We're going to practice metta, loving kindness meditation. So we're on sutras 144 and beyond. We're getting very close to the end of book 1. And today I'm going to kind of focus on 44, 45, and 46. Let's just start with what the sutras say, and we'll take it from there. And we're still using this translation by Swami Satchidananda. So Sutra 144 says, as a continuation of the explanation of samadhi, in the same way, savichara and nirvichara samadhis, which are practiced on subtle objects, are explained. So he goes on in the next 2 sutras to explain savichara, which is reflective samadhi, and nirvichara, non-reflective samadhi. Sutra 45 says, the subtlety of possible objects of concentration ends only at the undefinable. So we're still talking about using the practice to concentrate. And he says the subtlety of those objects ends at the undefinable, which is the primal force called prakriti. So we haven't spent a lot of time on prakriti, but there's a force in the universe called prakriti, which he calls in this explanation here, the primordial basic substance in its unmanifested condition. In that condition of prakriti, there is no name, no form, and no thought. Only the fully balanced, tranquil, unmanifested state of nature. He goes on to say, the mind has the power to go to the very root of the unmanifested nature. And then in Sutra 46, he gives us kind of a warning. He says, all these samadhis are with seed, which could bring one back into bondage or mental disturbance. So what he's saying is, even in these states of samadhi, the higher states of consciousness that we can reach through our practice, are still attached to something manifest. And if that thing we're attached to, or things, are, I'll just say the word bad, what we're putting our attention on can also manifest through us. So if our mind is not clean and clear, bad things can happen if we put all of our attention there and bring that out into the world. What he talks about in the description here, I think, is really timely. So I'm going to read a little bit more. In all of these samadhis, the goal has not yet been reached. Even after acquiring all these states, you can come back as an ordinary person because the impressions are still there. All your desires are still in seed form because you have not completely purified your mind. He goes on to say later in the description, but if you are really serious about this business and really want to go deep into meditation, take care and have a clean mind. Otherwise, you are not going to get it. So a little side thought. All of the practices described in this book, especially in book 2, are about getting to that clean mind. So we practice yoga asana. We learn about the yamas and the niyamas, which are basically the ethical precepts of yoga, like the 10 Commandments. We practice pranayama. We practice pratyahara, withdrawal of the senses. All of these are purifying practices to get us to a higher state of consciousness, ultimately, where that purity is our way of being. And this is a warning, basically, in these sutras, in my experience of reading them, that you need to do all of these practices. You can't just go into a cave and start focusing on trying to understand your mind. If your mind is impure, the answers you get will follow. What he talks about in this last paragraph is basically what the movie Oppenheimer is about. I haven't seen it yet. And I'm going to go see it now that I've read the sutra. Let me read what he says. Even the so-called scientific discoveries and inventions are a result of concentration and meditation. The scientists meditated on the material side, on the gross elements, and found out many things, created many machines, and we are all enjoying the benefits. They went deeper and deeper and ultimately went into the atom itself. It's all meditation. They're yogis, no doubt. They were able to plumb the secrets of the atom. But what is happening now with those secrets? It has become a terrifying force. Is there anything wrong with atomic force? Nothing. We can't blame it, nor need we condemn or stop the atomic research. What is to be condemned? The minds of the people using those forces. That is why the entire world is terrified. If we are going to go into the secrets of life and the universe and gain control over them, we should have pure minds to make the proper use of them. And, what this brought forth for me is what we're experiencing in machine learning and artificial intelligence. And I feel like we're at the precipice of this next phase of human evolution and the manifestation of what we end up doing with our kind of next level understanding of things. So if we have the power to train machines to have the power of the human mind, which is not the same as spirit, but just mind, that's a lot of power. Which is why I think these practices are so important. And, why I want them on YouTube for free. Because the people in power to use things like machine learning or atomic force, if they've got a corrupted sense of values, there's something to be concerned about. When we do a practice like metta, we're sending it in lots of directions. And I do believe that energy has power. I think we're constantly experiencing other people's energy, and we're constantly putting out energy. So in a sense, the yogis, the people on the path, which can be any faith tradition, you could be a Christian on this path, you could be a Hindu on this path, you could be a Buddhist, well, you know, all the different traditions. If the seekers are purifying themselves and sending that energy into the world, other people are sensing that just on a day-to-day basis, whether you're kind to the server at a restaurant or the person that's got a different set of political ideals than you. Like all of that, Facebook, everywhere. Like we're putting out energy all the time. And so these purifying practices like metta are just so important. I mean, it's one thing to try and meditate on like the nature of the universe, but if you're pissed off and sending that message out there, like, I understand the universe, jerks. Like, that's not the point. So we need to cultivate loving kindness as part of this overall practice. I'm going to stop talking now and invite us into this practice. I wrote down 3 metta phrases this morning. I'm constantly in inquiry around what are the phrases that I use in this practice. And I listen to lots of teachers that use different phrases. And I think this is part of the inquiry work. These are the ones that really resonated for me today. May you feel safe. May you feel seen. May you dwell in peace. May I feel safe. May I feel seen. May I dwell in peace. I'm going to put them in the chat for those of you that are on the live Zoom. The typing and grammar may not be perfect, but you'll get the point. May I feel safe. May I feel seen. May I dwell in peace. So if you open your chat, you can see it if you're on the live Zoom. If you have other metta phrases that are more resonant for you, clearly, feel free. Okay, let's practice. Start in your physical posture. Create your foundation, your seat, your feet. And then your hands do something on purpose. Connect to your breath. Notice what's right here at an energetic level. So if there's a heightened energy or maybe a heaviness, starting with just noticing. Bringing a presence to yourself. If you need to take a couple of bigger breaths to kind of clear the space, you're welcome to just feel the physical expansion and clearing. We'll begin the practice today with sending metta to ourselves. May I feel safe. May I feel seen. May I dwell in peace. May I feel safe. May I feel seen. May I dwell in peace. If you still need the metta for yourself, just continue. If you're feeling these feelings strongly and are grounded, picture in your mind's eye somebody, a beloved, who might especially need these wishes right now. May you feel safe. May you feel seen. May you dwell in peace. picture in your mind's eye somebody who annoys you. It doesn't have to be somebody you have a lot of very negative thoughts about, but just a person that is aggravating. May you feel safe. May you feel seen. May you dwell in peace. Without smugness, send them loving kindness. Imagine if they felt these things, how they might be and act in the world. What if we met aggravating people with this energy? True compassion. We'll finish the practice sending these 3 wishes to all beings. May all beings feel safe. May all beings feel seen. May all beings dwell in peace. Take a deeper breath. And one more. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Questions or comments or insights? Jessica, yeah.
We're far away. I was just thinking about Khan's meditation and how Khan would say in her meditation series, you are not your thoughts. And it just, because there's a separation for me that has to come in between my head and my soul. So as much as I despise some people, I am not my thoughts. So I can dislike you and send you at the same time love and kindness, because I don't have to act on those thoughts. I can have a thought that I don't like you and not act on that thought. The separation, and still send you good wishes and you know, try and get along with my day and be at peace, and we can all be at peace. I cannot like somebody and still wish you and not want to do you harm, you know. So I think it's important to add to the karmic soup, you know, this genuine feeling of we just all want to get along and be at peace.
Yeah. I love your distinction between the head and the other thing. I mean, we could call it heart or prakriti. Yeah. I think about, like, what would it actually be like if everybody felt safe? And then seen. You know, the seen part is so important. I have a good friend visiting from out of town, and my husband is an artist, and he brought out one of his notebooks that he's been drawing in for the last 6 months. And she was fascinated by his drawings and just sat there. They sat for an hour, and, you know, she was going slowly through the notebook. And I could see him just, like, taking in the love. He was like, somebody cares. You know, and it's just the act of paying attention to people and seeing them, and it doesn't take a lot other than presence. And we can do that for strangers too, you know? Anyhow, we're out of time. I invite you to have a lovely day. Send seeingness out to all the people and beings you encounter. Namaste.